Another new week. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I got my morning routine all done, so let's go look at the charts. All right, let's dive into some charts here. I like to start my Mondays off looking at the futures, what happened over the weekend, get an idea of what's going on. If you can remember, this was our plan. Our plan last week, wait for a break of this trend. It broke hard. We made some good money last week. We exited most of our swing trades down here. I still have quite a bit of my longer term trades that we got in up into this range. And then a few when we broke down. Still in those, but my short-term swings we got out of. And now it's bouncing up, okay? We are, granted this is a pretty strong bounce. There's no doubt about it. I would say this is the hardest part for people in the markets, all right? For me, I have a biased sentiment right now based off of this price action. And a few other price actions from a bigger time frame as well. On a 1 hour chart here, we can jump on over to a 4 hour chart. Same story, right? Really awesome head and shoulders, broke down strong. We just retested that. Granted, we retested further than we thought we would. And that's also a point where I think we're gonna start rolling down. It's the same thing, right? So retesting the daily head and shoulders, retesting now this resistance area. So you have a bearish sentiment. It starts to bounce up harder. To me, I look at this and go, really, we should have probably went to here and rolled lower. And so on these strong bounces, everyone starts to flip and they start to go, all right, well, it's no longer bearish, it's bullish, and it's their emotions telling them what to do. When in reality, to me, we are still bearish until we get a close up above this level, up above 40.14. I got alerts up there. When we get up there, then yeah, if we close, then I'm going to flip my script and I'm going to say, okay, this is a trap. I'm actually probably going to sit back and wait for this thing to put in some price action to confirm that we're going higher, because I believe that this could just be simply a trap. I'm expecting this to roll over, but first off, you've got to know how charts, you've got to know how to read charts. You've got to know where you're absolutely wrong, not when your emotions tell you're wrong, right? Where are you actually wrong? For me, I'm actually wrong on a close up there. So yes, has this gone higher than I want? Of course. But am I wrong on this trade? We got into bear trades all through here. We legged into some throughout this pullback on Friday. Today, I was hoping for a little bit more of a move lower instead of a gap up, but hey, it's higher than I think, but I'm not wrong yet. And if I am wrong, I purposely set up my risk up here when I was getting in here to lose the amount that I'm okay to lose. Again, like we talked about last video, stop being scared to lose. Stop being scared of being wrong. And just play the dumb charts. If I'm wrong here, that means we're bullish. So go make money to the upside, right? My plan this week, you can see it right here. I wrote it. I know this is probably getting in the way now, so I need to move this thing up. I need a candle close below this level, which is that little arrow right there. We got it. And then on a retest, enter bear call spread, weekly swing trades. That's exactly what I did. So we are in swing trades here. And I think we started legging in, can't remember exactly. It might have been our first leg was like in here, second, and then the last little bit's up into here. So I like to leg in. It's all the same trade, but I don't like to be perfect on my entries. And if it starts to leave without me, then I just start legging in the rest a little bit lower if I want, but not the end of the world. I just know lately these markets, they go a lot higher than you think they should. Example A, the daily, right? I thought we would come up to here. And we tried to. We put in that candle there, reversal, and then bounced higher. And now a big dip comes. We just retested this strong support. That's why I got out of my swing trades. We're bouncing up. If we're bullish, they'll take over. If we're bearish, this is the spot where the bears are going to try to push us down. So let's find out what happens. And it's going to be very trappy. It's going to look extremely bullish. It's going to look extremely bearish. And that doesn't mean anything until we start getting some candle closes. My plan to make some money this week, I'm in swing trades. If this thing rolls over, I'll make a lot of money. I already have that set up. I'm going to look for some weakness to come in. I need some levels broken, possibly like on a 15. Yeah, probably up into here. So if we start to take out this level here, then I'm going to start selling some bear call spreads. I want to wait for some confirmation on that. I don't want to just sell out in front of this, but we start to break down on this level and close, that's going to tell me, okay, I at least have areas that I can hedge against. That's the whole point with credit spreads. Sell if I'm wrong, I'm hedging. I purposely sell in a place where I can hedge and defend myself, right? Let this thing pull down, retest, I'll grab some credit spreads. Between that, my swing trades and credit spreads, then we'll rock and roll. If this thing decides to want to go bullish, then that's probably where I'll be looking for some day trades. I want to be in and out because, again, we are still bearish until we get up above this. I will do some quick bull day trades, but it's not going to be anything crazy. I'm not doing any swing trades again until the trend is confirmed. I swing trade with the trend, and if the trend comes up here and breaks, then on a retest, maybe I might grab some, but I might actually wait for a full S-curve to come in and then grab that dip. I know I'll be a little bit late to the party, but I'd rather sacrifice some confirmation up there, sacrifice my entry to get some confirmation, because I just don't quite trust how big of a move we've had. A big part of this entire move here was options expiration Friday. They had so many puts expiring last Friday that there's just no way they let this thing go lower and they take a huge hit. So it makes a lot of sense. We expected a bounce. We took our profits. Now we're loading back in. Options are expired. If it's going to roll, it's going to roll. Right? This is where it's going to do it at. So if we're looking over here at the Qs, we are on a daily chart. We are having a gap up, and it's strong. It is strong. Qs have not quite played into this downtrend yet. So it's looking pretty good. Oops. SPY, same story here. We are gapping up right into here. SPY is in a really tough place where, again, I think we're going to get lots of chop. It's going to look extremely bullish. It'll flip and trap everyone a couple times. And we might just continue this game all the way to the end of this pennant. So if we zoom out, that's kind of where we're at. So maybe start of February, kind of in the heart of earnings seasons, when this thing might actually finally break out one direction or another. I'm guessing bearish. Just from the outlook of what my gut's telling me. But I'll play the charts whichever way they give me. That's where we're at, my friends. We'll see what this week brings. I've got a game plan, and you know what? If it doesn't come out the way that I want it to, then fine. I'll sit back. I'll trade less, and I start planning for next week. Because I don't trade markets that don't listen. When the markets listen, I trade and I make good money. Now, example, last week. Right here, this was our plan. Wait for that trend break. It broke down. We made lots of money. Very good. The idea is make good money. When you're wrong, lose small. When you're right, win big. That's all you've got to do to be successful. The problem is people do the opposite. They lose big. They win small. As soon as they're up, they don't let it run. Their emotions say, take it. You're scared you're going to lose because you don't know how to read charts. You don't know where you're wrong. You don't know what's going on. Everything feels so random. And now, there is always a probability of anything happening. But to me, it's not random. The markets, they have levels, and they'll respect those levels. Again, I do expect us to start to reverse here. And this could end up being a nice trapping candle. We have about an hour left on this candle here, but we played right back up into the resistance again. We're into this. This really was the entry spot, right? That's where I have my alert. That's where I have my arrow. We touched that entry, which I didn't think we'd make it back to. We touched that, and let's see if we roll on down. This selling took out all kinds of levels right away. I mean, straight down, which tells me the bears are here to play, and this is a spot where the bears should come back in. Will they? We'll sit back and see. If they do, I know how to play it. If they don't, I'll adjust my plan. I'll sit back. I'll plan some more. I'll take advantage of some day trades to bring in a little bit of money, and I'll just wait for the markets to listen. That's the key, my friends. When you're wrong, don't double down. Plan more. If you've had a bad losing day, if you've lost twice in a row on day trades, stop and start planning for tomorrow. Clearly today, you're not seeing it, and that's okay. That's all right. Stop and go plan. So that's my approach. That's how I remain consistent, is I know when to be in, I know when to be out. And if the markets are acting weird, which in my case, we should be rejecting here in this level. If we start pushing up into this range, I'm going to sit back and go, again, we're not wrong till we get up above that. but we shouldn't be up that high if the bears are here to play. So find out. It's gonna be fun. I'll take you guys along the ride this week. Got some fun things planned, and just the main point of this is getting you in front of the charts. We show you how I plan on making money, and let's see how the end plays out. I think we're getting ready to fall back down eventually here, but it might be a little bit screwy for a couple of days. All right, I'll keep you updated throughout the week. Off to my pre-market for my mentor group that I hold, and then trade the rest of the morning. I got some coaching later on this afternoon, and we'll pick it up then. All right, my friends, I'm gonna let this thing chop around. I think we can break down a little bit more. We'll find out. If not, then we'll lose an R and some change today, but no big deal. Been legging into puts on this little bounce up. Very trappy, very sideways. Let's go do something a little bit more fun than this. Let's go head off to a golf simulator in the middle of winter here in Utah. Hit some golf balls, enjoy some time. I'm gonna take you all with me. Let's go take a break from these charts.
At the next light, turn left.
What's up? Sorry, I'm late, man.
Thought I heard you.
My friends, I did not forget about you. I'm sorry. It's been a crazy day. I've been in coaching all morning. Jumped on the mic. As soon as I got off the mic, I did some more coaching, did a quick workout, and now I'm here. So I'm sorry that it's late. Let's dive into the charts and give you an idea of what we're looking at, an update on some of the trades that we took today, where we stand for the week, and what's our plan going forward. All right, let's do it. So not looking good for our swing trade. Not looking good. So as you remember, we loved that break, broke its trend on a 4-hour, bounce back up. I know this is a daily, but bounce back up. We got into puts, and this is a place we did not want it to get to, and we got there. So getting it handed to us earlier in the day, it's like, suck, this is not doing what we wanted to do, and it's not doing what we wanted to do still. Not looking great, but rule number 1, set yourself up for success. And how I took this trade was I bought puts, and these puts I bought, I do an absolute zero on. So the most you can lose on a put is, if you're buying it, is whatever you spent to buy it. So if you spent $500 buying a put, and the worst thing that can happen is you lose $500. Well, if you're okay to lose $500, then you can just let it go. I don't need a stop in place, even though this is the area I don't want it to get above, which it's currently closing above, not looking great. So with that being said, I'm in a place where I can do my best to lose small. Even though this is at my stop, if I was in shares, I'd be stopped out right now. And I think there's a solid chance that we could be trapping and rolling ourselves back down. But there's also a solid chance we're just going to come down a little bit and rampage. I am prepared for any scenario. We'll see what happens. But me being in these options allow me to stay in and control how much I am losing. I don't have to actually get out because it went to my stop. I could see how today closed. I could see where we open tomorrow and adjust from there. And that is the game plan. So far, swing trade not working the way it's wanting to, and we'll work our way out of it. Again, there's so many ways for me to be able to lose small and win big. If this thing pulls back into here tomorrow, I'll be buying some calls, ride those calls up higher. I'll have a stop placement on those calls. So if we decide to break that level and go lower, I'm going to lose on the calls. I'll lose about half an R. If you guys want to know more about the R system, I'll link the video down below. It's free. Watch it. Explains all about risk and controlling risk in your R to be profitable in trading. Super important. So I'll lose on those calls, but that means my puts are going to be winning, and I can win a lot more on those puts than what I've lost on the calls. Same thing, if this thing decides to reverse and go higher, which is what I think is probably going to happen, then I'll buy these calls, and these calls are going to make more money than those puts are going to lose. Simple as that. So most important thing, goal number 1, lose small on a trade. So that's our swing trade update. Not really going according to plan. These markets are doing their very best. Push my patience and see what happens. But again, set yourself up from the get-go so that you can be patient and wait on the markets. And if you're wrong, cool, I'll find a way to make money and go bullish, because we're going to be bullish if this thing doesn't start to reverse here very, very fast. let me show you my day trade. So again, early in the day, it's like, man, dang it, down on some swing trades, giving back some money on that. That's okay. Day trade wise, what happened on the day trades? So I took a couple day trades earlier in here. So pulled back, tried to grab a day trade here, and it stopped me out right there and then went to target. So that kind of sucked. But so I lost small, lost like 0.2 Rs. So I'm allowed to lose 2 Rs in a day. I'm down, I lose 1.8 now. It bounced back up. I grabbed some more and it just didn't want to go. So I got out again for a small loss. Like I lost 0.4 Rs. I'm down like 0.6 Rs, give or take 0.5. Somewhere in there. So I have another 1.5 Rs to give or take today. So I went to a 15-minute chart. And as this thing continued to rampage higher, I noticed that we had higher highs, RSIs going lower, and a billion bull candles in a row. So I was like, you know what? Let's do an absolute zero, just like I set up with my swing trade. I don't need to have a stop on this trade. I put it on there for me to lose 1 R, worst case scenario. So I'd be down 1.5 Rs for the day, which I'm allowed to lose 2. Totally fine. And I grabbed those right here on this candle right there. As you can see, it went a lot higher. I didn't care. Again, I fully accepted the loss. I don't try to be right. I don't try to predict what's about to happen. I just know if I'm wrong, I can lose small. If I'm right, I can lose big. And that's all that matters. This was about the time when I got on the mic. And I did not post this trade. I'm sorry, because I was on the mic. I try to give you updates right when I'm getting into my trades. But good news is it's live streamed on YouTube. You can go back and rewatch it. Just check out Real Life Trading's YouTube channel. We're watching right now. Go to the All Access Pass, find my name, Tony Pollock. You'll see me on the mic for about an hour and a half. If you want to watch that, cool. So you'll see this actual trade. We pulled down. I took some profits right there. It bounced up a little bit and then went straight down to Target right there and got out of the rest. That was a 427 or 28% return on investment. Incredible. 4x your money right there. So this one day trade just paid for my entire losing trade on the swing trade. If I let that swing trade lose, which we haven't even closed it on yet, might win, might lose, I'll hedge it, whatever. But it's funny how you can go from losing and being behind on the week or on the month and everything change in one trade. That's all it takes, my friends. Believe this. Life-changing trades are about a month away. You just need to know how to find them. You need to know how to look for them. You need to know how to plan them. And that's hopefully what I'll help you do here in some of these YouTube videos. And that's what we teach at Real Life Trading. So come join us, come trade with us. You can be a member. You can watch our All Access Passes every single day, trade live with us, trade live with me, whatever you want to do. But my friends, it's all about your perspective. And we were feeling the blues like, man, well, let's find our way out of this. And a little bit later, make enough on a day trade to be able to pay for this loss completely. Now we have a free swing trade and haven't quite hit our goal yet for the week. We'll work on that. More trades coming. I'll keep you updated. Wanted to give you an update and be open and honest of what happened. So 2 small losses, 1 massive win. That's all it takes with some options. Continue again, the same thing. Lose small, win big. Guys, I love you. Stay hopeful, stay positive, and just realize that no matter how bad it is, there's always a life-changing trade a month away. I will see you tomorrow. I'll keep you updated how this week plays out. Markets are crazy. I'm having just about as much fun as I can have. It is really, really testing my patience. So again, that was the trade earlier. I'm sorry I didn't give you a live trade as I was on, but I was on the mic. You can catch it on that. So love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. It's time for me to get some food. I've been going nonstop since like 6:30 this morning. It's currently 5:30. I'm ready for a rest and break. I'll see you tomorrow.